I can't get over the game last night when you saw the Baltimore Ravens beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers now lost 5 straight games. I mean, that's just unheard of. Defense was horrible. Couldn't stop the run. Couldn't stop the pass. Couldn't do anything right last night. And honestly, Jimmy, I'd have to go to you. You can't lose playoff games. This doesn't look anything like the Steelers teams we've seen.
Yeah, Terry, now, I've got no inside information, but, you know, things are stale in Pittsburgh. Things are stale in Dallas. And just food for thought. How about a coaching swap? Mike McCarthy's a Pittsburgh guy. Let him go to Pittsburgh, let Mike Tomlin go to Dallas. Both franchises would be excited.
But then the only problem is, I mean, you said they're both stale, but one continues to make the playoffs and the other one doesn't. That's not stale.
Hey, I'll tell you,
one's
who makes
having
the
more
playoffs?
success.
Michael, who makes the playoffs? Buffalo. And I guarantee you they'll be a threat to Kansas City or Baltimore. Yeah. Josh Allen he's having a great year. And you look at him, the reason they're having a great year, he is such a threat on 3rd and 4th down. You can't stop him. He can run, pass. He's having a great year.
We'll find out because Baltimore goes to Buffalo now, right?
Yeah, and you got to give Baltimore some credit, too, last night. Yeah, 299 yards rushing. They are a formidable team right now. Gronk, already the first hiring of the offseason has happened. Your buddy Mike Vrabel, former Tennessee coach, now the new head coach in New England.
Yeah, and Jimmy, speaking about coaching changes, the New England Patriots got their guy this morning, and Patriot great Mike Vrabel. And let me tell you, Patriot fans are thrilled. This guy is going to keep everyone accountable in the organization, from the coaching staff to the players. He's going to keep himself accountable, and even the front office he's going to keep accountable. And let me tell you, once again, this guy has knowledge, he has the power, and he's going to be great. He knows how to discipline players. And if I'm Mike Vrabel, the first thing I would do is call up and dial up the number of Josh McDaniels, a familiar foe to Patriot fans, and hire him as the offensive coordinator as soon as possible.
Maybe a package deal already. We'll find out. We're about 20 minutes for kickoff of our game, but there's plenty more. Electric Hummer EV. Come on in and stay a while, folks. I'm Kurt Menefee. Pamela Anderson getting rave reviews for her performance in The Last Showgirl, which is in theaters right now. We thank her for starting us off. Well, before we get to today's football game, as most of you know, we do our show every week from here in Los Angeles. And this week, we come to you from the City of Angels that could really use all of your prayers. Numerous fires across the city have left multiple paths of death, destruction, and utter disbelief. So many have lost absolutely everything, including several members of our Fox family. We send our love and thoughts to all of those who have been affected by these fires, which are still going on as we speak, Michael.
Yeah, as you said, it's unimaginable destruction, and Kurt. And you know, loss of property is one thing, but we need to remember those who lost their lives, and also be thankful for all the fire personnel who are out there right now trying to put the fire out, even as we sit here in this studio, and just let them all know that our prayers are with them. We hope they stay safe, and that we truly are so grateful for everyone who is doing everything they can to help.
Amen to that. And I know a lot of people all around the country are wondering just how they can help the families that have been impacted by the wildfires here. You can simply by going to go.fox/Red Cross or scan the QR code on your screen to support these efforts. That shot, by the way, Pacific Palisades, 12 miles from where we sit right here in our Fox studios. Fox has donated $1 million to the cause. Your donation to the Red Cross enables them to respond and help people recover from this disaster. Of course, tomorrow night, the Rams were supposed to host the Vikings in a playoff game. That has been moved to Arizona. That one of 3 games still left here on Wild Card Weekend, as we have 3 that are already in the books.
Yeah. Are you ready to rock in the playoffs? It's just adrenaline. It's excitement. Stroud looking, throwing over the middle. Hits Nico. Across the goal line he goes. Touchdown, Houston. Intercepted. It's going to be a big 6. Rock and roll. Makes it to the pylon. The Texans blow out the Chargers. Here we go. The 2024 playoffs are underway. Fire to the end zone. Touchdown. Left side. He's got a hole into the 5. He's in. Flag race gone. Touchdown. The Ravens defeat the Steelers in wild card fashion. We are set for Bills Broncos. Allen back to pass. He's got Curtis Samuel wide open at the 33. Puts on the Jets. Touchdown! Curtis Samuel!
Yeah, the Houston Texans punched their ticket for a trip to Kansas City. They played up there earlier in the season. Competitive game. At the beginning of the year, if you told me that, what would Houston be in the playoffs? Why would they be a threat? I'd say it was the offense. It's been the exact opposite. Their offense has struggled. Their defense has been great. They took Detroit to the wall. They picked Goff off 5 times. Took them right to the end of the game. They end up losing that game. Yesterday, they picked Herbert off 4 times. It's the defense. It's DeMeco Ryan. Maybe they can get that offense stabilized and kind of make it an ugly game up there.
You talk about Houston.
These heads come in with 11 wins during the regular season, even though they are the number 7 seed.
Yeah, they're 11 wins, but they're 2-5 versus playoff teams. And you look at them, Jordan Love protects the football. He doesn't turn it over. He doesn't take a whole lot of sacks. They're going to move the football against that Vic Fangio defense for Philadelphia. Fangio likes to play zone coverage. He doesn't like to blitz a whole lot. And so it's going to be a question, Terry, whether or not Green Bay can match scores with Philadelphia.
Well, they can, absolutely. They have Reed and they have Dobbs at wide receiver. They got a great tight end in Kraft. So if they do blitz, Kraft will be huge in that. And they got an awesome offensive line. Every one of the Green Bay offensive linemen were drafted. This is a great offense. And against zone, if they play cover 2, too deep, corners up, I get inside that corner. Man, I got a 2-way go. There's holes all in the zone. I expect Green Bay to really load up and throw great today against that cover 2 zone.
Yeah.
And with Christian Watson going down last week while they were vying for the 6th seed, it's going to hurt them, especially in the red zone. But the Green Bay Packers will be fine. They're a team that's receiver by committee, meaning they spread the ball around. When one man goes down, the next man is up. I've been a part of a lot of teams like that in New England. And if the Packers want to win this game, they got to establish that run early and often with running back Josh Jacobs. And on top of it, Jordan Love is going to have to play like a phenomenal point guard, spread that ball around, especially to Jaden Reed and tight end Tucker Kraft. Tucker Kraft.
Yes.
Yes. Green Bay made a decision to make a change at defensive coordinator. Bring in Hafley, who was the head coach at Boston College, like a lot of college coaches not wanting to deal with college football and NIL and all that. He's done a great job. And I think this defense is going to have their hands full today. And the biggest question is Jalen sharp? Is he rusty? Is he healthy? And I don't think Jalen's going to know until he gets hit. I think you're going to go heavy box, try to take Saquon on. And I think they remind me a little bit, Jimmy, of your offense. Different style of run game, but the same thing. They wear you down. Their big yards come in the second half. They've got to stand up tight versus that run game and take care of the deep throws. I think the defense, they've got to start with the run game.
You need an oxygen tank?
Yeah,
you go for a while, buddy.
I got winded.
But
there's a breath in there somewhere.
But the Packers they allow under 100 yards rushing. You got Saquon Barkley. Yeah. That's going to be the first battle. Xavier McKinney, co-leader in takeaways in the NFL.
Thank you,
Number
Giants.
2 in interceptions in the NFL. Thank you, New York Giants, because you let him go, you let Barkley go. Well done. But these guys are going to be, so it's really going to be something about that Packers defense against Saquon Barkley. And as you said, you don't know what you're going to get out of Jalen Hurts until he gets hit. And then offensively, I think with Reed coming in, Watson being out's a big deal, but Reed actually had more 20-plus yard catches than Watson did. And the biggest thing, hold the ball, catch the ball. The Packers have 33 drops. That's tied with the Chargers for the teams in the playoffs with the most drops. So hold the ball and stop the run.
Green Bay's an interesting team. When they play well, they can play with anybody. A large part of that, though, is because they have in the backfield that they picked up this offseason. When we come back, we'll talk about the 2 stud running backs for each team. Josh Jacobs coming into the postseason with a touchdown in 8 straight games for the Packers. We'll hear from him and the newest member of the 2,000-yard club, Saquon Barkley. That's when we continue with more of Fox NFL Sunday, brought to you by GMC.
To be honest with you, I text Saquon pretty much after every game because I'm so happy. I'm so proud he's in a situation where he's having a lot of fun. He's having a lot of success. And, look at both of these games. Saquon mentioned it, we're not valued. But the reason that these 2 teams are playing in the playoffs against each other today is because these guys are big parts of that. And what can you say about Saquon? They're second in rush offense. The Eagles are the first team All-Pro for the first time in his career. 11 100-yard rushing game. I mean, the second in this season yards after contact, second in the league yards after contact, first in the league yards before contact. Also, the most yards in the fourth quarter. I mean, this is a team that wears you down, and this guy is one of the big reasons for that. And also another big reason for it is their O-line. You cannot have success, as Saquon Barkley's had, without an O-line, and that bodes well for Saquon Barkley, Howie. It also bodes well for Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, and I think they go hand in hand. And what kind of a factor will Jalen Hurts be in the run game? What's his status today? I'm not sure that he even knows until he really gets hit. I mean, you can practice all you want until you get hit, particularly with a head injury, with a concussion issue. And I think his participation in the run game sets up Saquon, sets up the passing game with Brown and Smith and Goddard and all that. And the second half of games was where they wear people down. That offensive line is like body blow, body blow, body blow. And I tried to make the point earlier about the Dallas comparison. You wore people down in late in games, you just put them away.
The thing about this, Mike hit on it, is offensive line. As a quarterback, if I'm going to build a football team, I'm going to build my offensive line. I want the best there is. Both Green Bay and Philadelphia, outstanding offensive line. Therefore, that allows them now to get their weapons going. You look at throwing the football deep. Devontae Smith for Philadelphia, outstanding deep. Then Brown, outstanding. And if you want to try to blitz, you've got Barkley, coming out of the backfield, Goddard at tight end, and then the quarterback Hurts. I would not worry about the read zone and him keeping it. That's not going to happen, I don't think, in this game. If they do it, forget about him and go for the back Barkley, because I don't think Hurts has the ability right now, especially coming off the concussion protocol, to run with the football. We'll see. But it's deep throws today, and Brown and Smith, those receivers, man, they are fun to watch.
Gronk, he talks about this offensive line. The thing you were saying to us is just, they're huge.
Yeah, just how extremely mammoth the offensive line for the Philadelphia Eagles are, and they're led by Lane Johnson, who's 6'8", 340 pounds, and the smallest guy on the line is the newcomer who replaced Philly great Jason Kelce. He's done a phenomenal job this year, and that's Cam Jurgen. He's 6'3", 320 pounds. Everyone else is above 6'6" on that offensive line, which is phenomenal. They're all fast. They all have that nasty attitude as well. They're relentless, and they're street fighters out on the field. And when you got guys with that type of personality on the offensive line, you're going to have 2,000-yard rushers behind you like Saquon Barkley, and that's going to equal to a deep playoff run as well.
You know, I think all of us a year ago would have said Philadelphia is as talented as anybody in the league. But they lost 6 out of the last 7. Well, Howie Roseman, the general manager, he wasn't going to stay pat. What did he do? He brought in a new offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore. Brought in a new defensive coordinator, as far as Vic Fangio. Then what did he do with the offense? He brought in Barkley, one of the more explosive offenses in the league. What did he do on defense? He drafted 2 starting defensive backs and Zach Bond, one of the best defensive teams in the league. They were as talented as anybody in the league a year ago. They're even more talented right now.
Howie threw out that we don't know exactly what the situation is with the quarterback, Jalen Hurts. Jay Glazer does. He brings us in and out. Brought to you by Geico.
All right, guys, look, so there's several steps you have to go through in order to pass the concussion protocol. The last step is that you go out and practice, and then after that practice, they give you some more tests. Well, he actually passed all that in the middle of the week. He practiced fully Thursday on. He said he actually looked great. So they don't have any concerns right now for Jalen Hurts. 2 of his receivers, they got banged up this week as well. Devonta Smith, his back just tightened up, but he is good to go. He loosened it up, and A.J. Brown had a little knee swelling. He's good as well. On the other side, with the Packers, we know about Jordan Love. He lost feeling in his hand last Sunday, but that actually came back early this week. I'm told that he is absolutely fine. And look, if he was to get hit on that elbow again to hurt the hand, Malik Willis is back up in a thumb injury. I'm told he is good to go.
All right, enough talking about this. Let's make our picks. We will start the Eagles, 5.5-point favorites over the Packers at home. Jimmy, who you take?
A year ago, Green Bay beat Dallas, a 7th-round pick. Green Bay was. That doesn't happen today. I picked Philadelphia.
Michael.
Well, you know what? I'm desperate for a win.
There you go.
So I'm going to take the upset. I'm going to take Green Bay.
Yeah.
Howie?
Well, I'm going to go Philly. I thought you were going to say you were desperate for a win. I'll go Philly.
I know, but I'm down. I need the
points.
points.
You need the points.
Yeah, I need them.
Yeah.
So is this about you or who you think's going to win the game?
Right.
I think Green Bay's going to win the game, obviously. Kurt, you don't pick, so why are you interjecting in my thought process over here? Let me think for me.
Howie?
Philly.
Okay. Gronk.
Are you sensitive?
I'm going to go with that dominant offensive line, Philadelphia Eagles.
TB.
I'm desperate. I got to catch Jimmy, and the only way I can do it in the playoffs is I got to pick an upset. So today I'm going with Green Bay. I do believe Jordan Love and them. I think they're going to attack that cover too. Those zones is going to be
So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set.
And off we go here on EA Sports. On the return, here comes Cordero Patterson. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Now a first carry for the Alabama product, Najee Harris. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. On first down, right back to Harris. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. They'll give it to Harris again. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Another run here with Harris. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. They're going to run out of the gun, and here's Harris. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up third down. Out of the gun, here's Russ. That is caught! And he will get into the end zone. Calvin Austin. Touchdown, Steelers. Chris Boswell on for the point after. It's up and good. And the Steelers will take a 7-0 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Right to the air goes Daniels. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete. They'll try again here, second and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Luke McCaffrey, the intended receiver. Now it's going to be third down. From the shotgun on third down, Daniels. 15-yard pickup there. First down, Washington.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Off he goes.
Now on third and forever, he'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on fourth down. A final shot before break. Daniels slings this deep from McLaurin. And got his man complete. He's to the 15. And he's in for the touchdown.
Because it is so simple. It's something that these two have done and thrown together for years and years. Maybe not to each other, but since Pop Warner. They've been running the go route. Just run right by him, and if you're even, you're leaving, and I'm going to drop it right over the top.
Now to throw. And the conversion is no good as that pass falls incomplete.
Going to be a little armchair quarterback after that call. Looked like the defense knew exactly what was coming.
Well, time making this all but impossible, but they're going to try for the onside kick here anyway. And this is going to be covered up by the Commanders. That should just about lock up the win. And Washington finishes the return to the end zone. Touchdown! The Commanders picked up the fumble and ran it home.
He gets it to go, and the Commanders will move out to a 14-7 lead. Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from his own end zone. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 17. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. A play fake. Now it's he fumbled the football. And the defense has it. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big...
Robinson will score. Touchdown, Commanders. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. Daniel's going to try and throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Oh, no, he lost the football. And he will get into the end zone, and a two-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game.
Here's Eckler. And he's brought down for a loss. The Commanders in the hurry-up. They're hustling for the line. To throw. That's complete. Here's Brown. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Here he is to throw. Someone got a piece of that downfield throw, but it is caught anyway. And that's a Washington touchdown. So there's part one, Brock. They get the touchdown that they desperately needed. Now, you'd imagine, comes a try for two.
Yeah, and this might be just as tough as to go get that touchdown they just did because, well, they work on two-point conversions, but they're difficult.